We are showing every woman today that you do not have to be a size 2 to be sexy. Still with me is red carpet designer to the stars and guru, and he's the author of the book, The Science of Sexy, Bradley Bayou. Now, you're a top designer, and you design for all these different celebrities. What do you feel about the skinny models on the runway controversy? I've spoken about it a lot lately.
Well, first of all, I want to commend you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm way behind you. I think the standards that the magazines and the advertisers are setting for girls is impossible. They know it's impossible. All it's doing is creating a lot of illness, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop. So I'm way behind you.
A lot of nastiness. Thank you. Thank you. And I know that this is very personal to you. This touches home, these women that are sick. And tell everybody why it touches personal to you. So
because about 2 years ago, I got a phone call from my youngest daughter telling me that her older sister was having a breakdown. She completely fell apart, and she'd gotten sick. And I found out she was bulimic. And here I am in a world around these people all the time, and I couldn't believe that my daughter would have that. I mean, it just didn't even, it just didn't hit me. I mean, it was shocking. And she's well now, and it's what it's done for me is really make me aware.
You guys were in People magazine talking about it.
Yes, she did, and she's very brave to do that.
Well, Bradley's daughter, Alexis, is here now, so let's bring her out. So your dad, big-time fashion designer.
Yes,
and you're
so proud of him.
And you're growing up around that. Do you think seeing the thin models that were on the runway, and those were, in a sense, daddy's little girls, in a way, did you feel like pressure?
I mean, I always thought to kind of fit into the fashion world, to fit into my dad's seemingly glamorous world, I had to be at least 20 pounds thinner than I was. As thin as I got, I never quite saw myself as thin enough. But growing up, I was always a bigger girl. I liked to eat, and food was almost, in a way, comfort. I used it for, mask emotions, but I always saw myself as kind of the fat, funny friend.
And I know that you were rushed to the emergency room.
I think it was just the laxatives, and I didn't have any potassium in my system. So.
And what made you get healthy? Did you go to treatment?
I did an outpatient treatment in therapy with an eating disorder specialist, and it's just it's hard. It's the same. The thing about eating is, I think it's an addiction and a disease the same way alcoholism or drug addiction is. But with food, you can't just give up food like you give up alcohol. So you have to eat, but you also have to come to the realization that I have a problem. I don't think you can ever tell anyone, you need to get help. So I had to come to the realization I had to ask for help.
Did you tell anybody? I mean, before you asked for help?
No, I was completely, with bulimia, it's so different because when you're anorexic, you can tell, oh my God, this girl's emaciated. With bulimia, you can just live a normal.
And you can look normal, too. You don't necessarily get really skinny.
Well, she looked great. She kept telling me, I'm working out.
The more compliments I got, the more it kind of egged me on.
Well, your dad now, he embraces all sizes, all shapes. Does that help you as his daughter?
Absolutely. I mean, the way, he makes everyone look beautiful, and he really embraces a woman figure. And women are women. Curves are beautiful.
How are you doing now? I'm always curious, like when women suffer from
it's a constant thing. It's always in the back of your head. You have to kind of check myself. If I'm having thoughts, I'm too fat. He doesn't like me because I'm fat. Go into the dressing room and can't stand what I look. I have to kind of be like, okay, these are unhealthy thoughts. So, write about it. I call someone. I talk about it. I mean, there's so many different tools.